Well, hello again. I'm Alan Casey and I'm back out here in the summer house. Now, I sit out here because we've got a good light in the summer house. It's all set up for filming. In our little cottage, it's a bit too small to film indoors, so I'm stuck out here, banned from the house. So my next walk is going to take you to my hometown of Beccles. This is the area where I was born. I've got all my family live in that area. So I'm going to take you on a walk along the side of the River Waveney to Shipmeadow, which is a little hamlet, and we used to live on a farm down there. I remember having grass snakes in the area. I digest. Anyway, it's a brilliant walk from the River Waveney and back around across arable fields and back to Beccles. So hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to North East Suffolk. Today we're at Beccles and we're going to take a walk along the River Waveney, which is the borderline between Norfolk and Suffolk. Our walk is going to begin here at the Beccles Quay and it will go on for about 7.5 miles. Well, we left Beccles Quay over the little tiny iron bridge, and our walk is well on the way now on the Norfolk side of the River Waveney. And we're now walking across a kind of a boardwalk, so you don't get your feet wet. Beautiful sight, seeing all the lovely boats coming along the river. And on the other side of the bank, on the Suffolk side, you've got all those beautiful gardens. As you progress down this lovely little track beside the river, you get to hear all the bird sounds around. Well, we're actually in April and this is springtime, so the birds are quite lively at this time of year. In the distance I can hear woodpeckers and a lot of reed wobblers and other birds around of its type. Really lovely sounds. of the nicest things about this walk. You've got the river, you've got tree-lined pathways, and over to one side you've got all the views of the marshes. You've got all the sounds of the birds around us, peace and quiet, no cars. You can just hear the odd boat and canoe going by. And this is April, I've just had my first cuckoo for the year. Well, the cuckoo is sitting on the wire up there on this overhead cable. I'm going to try and zoom in, I don't know whether you're about to see it. Well, this is a lovely spot. This is where the river opens up here. We just come through a nice little track, tree-lined track, where you can't really see the river that well. And this is a delight to see. I've just looked, there's a boat coming along now. Just met a couple of people just sitting on the edge near the river, and they're saying that in these little ditches around the area now, you don't often see sticklebats anymore, or those little beetles that run across the top of the water. I wonder if it's pollution from the chemicals they use on the land that's killing some of them off. It's a shame really, because I remember I used to see them a lot as a kid. I used to go fishing for sticklebats. This part of the river is known as Geldeston Lock. This cut brought the river to the village and was important commercially in the days when wherries were the chief means of transport. This is known as a crinkly crankly wall, zigzag to most people. It's typical of many Norfolk villages. It was designed this way to absorb the shock waves of the horses and carts that used to travel down these little tracks, although now it's a tarmac road. This is the former Geldeston railway station, and in the garden there's still an old carriage. Just behind me is the Lock's Inn public house on the other side of the river. Over 30 years ago, this was the loneliest of the Broadland pubs. It was kept by an elderly lady from Edinburgh called Miss Susan Ellis. In those days there was no electricity and no roads reached it. And Miss Ellis often had to be rescued by the water bailiffs during the winter, because the flood level rose so high that the area would be flooded and she would be cut off.
route's now passing over this lovely little wooden footbridge. Lovely clear water just there, and you might be lucky if you see some fishes, because I can. And our route now continues past this sprawling willow tree. Well, now passing through this field of bullocks, young bullocks, and a word of caution. These young bullocks, they love to chase, so if you've got a dog or you run, they might chase you. Now I'm brought up on a farm, so I know what the cows and bullocks are like. I don't know whether you wear red, whether they'll come and chase you. I don't know whether that's true. All I know, don't run. Just be clever, don't make any silly noises because that'll set them off, and just progress on your walk and enjoy yourself. Oh, another little bit of advice. Watch what you step in when you walk across the field with cattle. Our path now continues across some arable land. There's a crop in there at the moment, probably wheat or something like that. And we're just passing a sadly depleted wood. Mixture of trees in there, horse chestnut I see in blossom at the moment. Various other things, elm I imagine. And just in the distance across this field is the round tower of Barsham Church, which incidentally is where my mother's ancestors are all buried. This area is called Barsham Dyke, and if you're lucky you may get a glimpse of a kingfisher, or look over the side of the bridge, you might see some fish. There's one. I'll never forget the time when I was about 10 walking across the marshes here, and I had my brother and my sister with me, and the tide came in. I had to give my sister a piggyback to safety. The good old days, eh? Just behind me is a lovely red brick building of Roos Hall. I believe dates back to the Elizabethan era, and it's reputedly to be haunted every Christmas Eve by a coach and four driven by a headless horseman.
Well, thanks for watching that one, and a word of warning, please don't try to walk around there in the sort of autumn winter times, because the last few years we had lots of heavy rain and that area floods like anything. So you're best off maybe early spring, early summer to do that walk if you're interested in doing that. So happy walking to everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, bye bye.